You join me on a landscape photography road trip driving my mini off-road camper along the wild Atlantic Way in Ireland. And so far, it's been testing. But the weather is set to improve, offering dramatic skies and beautiful light. And in today's video, I spend a lot of time in water and put my image stabilization to the test by shooting long exposures without my tripod. And after several days of bad weather and solitude, I have to say it's a pleasure to be meeting up with another photographer.
And here is Peter. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, made it.
And it's not raining.
I know, it's not raining, it's not even that windy.
Miracle.
So, Peter is going to be one of the first people that I get to show my new Earth Explorer to.
God, that is a sexy looking camera. Oh, it's Hasselblad. Oh my God. I have to say, I'm happy to see the light just hitting those mountains in the afternoon.
So I've just done a depth test for this cascade. It's good. There's a few areas where it's a bit sketchy. You wouldn't want to fall, but I think we can pretty much shoot from the middle of this river. Bit nervous with the Hasselblad because, well, it's not the cheapest camera, but you know, it's there to be used.
Rain's coming. So I'm sure you can appreciate this is a very difficult filming situation. We have heavy falling rain and we are standing in a river with about 13,000 pounds worth of gear. Oh, we're very close to breaching the welly. This is great. You can't beat a bit of photography where you really get stuck in. Like in the river, one wrong move and either my camera gets wet or my wellies fill up, which is not ideal, but I'd probably take the latter if I'm honest with you. Got a bit of rain and a storm blowing through, got light on the distant hills. Fantastic little composition here with the cascading water, mountains in the background. Just putting a polarizer on it, and it's a shame that the screen on this Hasselblad doesn't tilt. It flips out, but only when you're in horizontal mode. If you're in portrait orientation, it doesn't flip up, and I'm struggling a bit because of that. So we're just going to pop on a 3-stop filter so we can slow down the exposure. So let's have a look here. I'm looking for around about a second, let's see, 1 second exposure. Captures enough of the movement but retains the detail. So Peter's just had the fantastic suggestion of moving to a rock over there because we very briefly had a rainbow and some mega light, but it was out of both of our frames. So repositioning, just so you can see Pete there. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Anyway, we've got the shot here, I think. It's nice enough, but I feel as if we might be able to improve it. Oh yeah, this is easy to get to. Light's incredible. All right, well that was a lot of fun. A couple of nice shots, beautiful dynamic lights, but on this whirlwind tour of Ireland, led by this guy. No, you're not in shot. Go in, lean in, lean in. We're off to a beach. A very minimalist beach, but I tell you what, if we had this light, this sunset light, could be incredible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going handheld into the surf. And I really want to try and capture some motion here. So we are shooting this handheld at half a second. And I'm confident that these images will be sharp. Oh man, it wouldn't be a photography shoot if you didn't get wet feet. Well, I am amazed. Running around in the surf. I was just trying to shoot the light. The beach is really messy. couldn't find any compositions, so in terms of building a composition, I was using the breaking waves. Didn't want to get in there with the tripod, it's just utterly pointless. And I thought, I'm just going to run in handheld, because I remember using this camera when it first came out last year, and I was so blown away by the image stabilization and the fact that I was shooting half a second, and like I'm just looking at these images, zooming all the way into to the hill there in the background with the dappled light. That's pin sharp, absolutely pin sharp. 100 megapixels, handheld, half a second. Flipping Nora, man. Well, that was a lot of fun, but the light's more or less gone now. I've got wet feet, so I think it's back to the van, cup of tea, and then bed. Well, there is something quite special about getting your wet socks off, coming into a nice warm van, hot drink, and just, that's it. You've had a productive day, switch off for the night and relax. And what better way to relax than with an issue of Elements Photography magazine, which just so happens to be today's video sponsor. Now, I love having Elements as a sponsor, because the thing is with having a YouTube channel, there's always a conflict between needing to make a living and having a sponsor for the channel, and that sponsor being relevant to the people watching the video. You don't just want to waste everyone's time. Well, this is beautifully relevant. So Elements is a monthly publication dedicated to landscape photography, and it's beautiful. The way that it's laid out is incredible. Like, there's no text over the images, everything's beautifully spaced, and the work that is in this publication, man, it's like straight out of a fine art gallery. Now, this issue that I'm reading is all about autumn colour, and it's just, I tell you what, it couldn't have come at a better time. The wind and the rain I've experienced over the past few days, being battered in the van, I can't wait, and it's just around the corner, I can't wait to get back home, get stuck into the Lake District, stuck into Scotland, and find those beautiful autumnal compositions. And what better source of inspiration than this issue? And what's great about this issue is it's a special, and it basically has about 20 odd photographies in there, and the work is incredible. And what they're doing is each photographer is sharing an autumnal image, and they are talking about three main areas of interest. So the experience of shooting the image, the approach, such as the composition, and then any technical considerations. I mean, look at this one. I mean, I don't know, are we a bit... Let me see if I can just darken down the screen for a second. The work in here is just absolutely beautiful, and there is so much to take in. So to just relax in the van, nice and warm, nice and dry, a nice hot drink, and just soak up all of that information and, of course, the inspiration that's in here. It's such a good way to spend downtime. So the guys at Elements have offered a very generous 15% discount off the annual subscription. So not the quarterly one, but the annual one. And if you want more information, go to elementsphotomag.com and you can read lots more about the magazine, and then use the offer code Thomas15 for that 15% discount. Thank you very much. I'm just going to get in bed, continue reading this magazine, and I am desperately going to keep my fingers crossed for better weather and light tomorrow morning, because we're just going to head back out to this beach. Peter's coming in the morning as well. He's staying in a nearby hotel. He's going to swing by. So, yeah, optimistic for tomorrow morning. Hopefully, you have to be. You can't just be expecting wind and rain, and you'll just never get your camera out. So, a bit of positive thinking, which is unusual for me. I'm going to make one more and then we can shoot. If you want to go down, but I don't think there's going to be any light this time.
I'm going to have this coffee in.
If it's raining, jump in. Yeah, definitely looking forward to breakfast.
Yeah. full Irish, it's the same as the full English. Let's be realistic about it. Sausages are different here though, I'd say.
Well, would you look at this light? It's just glorious. The sun is rising just out of frame on this side, and there's this lovely soft glow. So much haze in the atmosphere because it's been raining a lot. So I'm currently shooting this as a square composition. It just felt right to me because this mountain's so prominent, so well balanced, and we're putting it right in the middle of frame. A square works very nice. I was having a lot of fun with the breaking water and creating those foreground lines, but I found the beach was a bit messy, so I've come back maybe 200 yards, so a much cleaner area of beach with more defined patterns. So now, rather than water filling my frame leading to the mountain, it's the sand and these patterns. There's still a bit of water in there, but it's not too dominant, and the light that's flooding in now, it's just beautiful. We have these dark grey skies, this big mountain, fantastic foreground lines, patterns, and open beach. Same thing, still shooting a square composition, 4-second exposure just to soften the water that is in shot. So it's very similar to the shot I've just taken, but also very different. And I guess that shows the importance of when you're shooting a subject and you're working a composition, you really, really have to work that composition. You know, just taking a few steps, maybe 10 yards or even 100 yards in my case, can really make a difference. Yeah, this is lovely, absolutely lovely.
Well, how good was that light this morning? I think it really goes to show, because last night when we were on the beach, I wasn't completely enthused. Like I was having fun and getting a couple of shots, but it wasn't great. The beach was messy, lots of footprints. But overnight, the tide has come in, cleaned up the beach, the weather's changed, the light's better, exact same location. Very similar compositions, but the results are far better. So I guess if anything, it goes to show never write off a location, ever. You know, you've got to revisit in different conditions and at different times. Cheers, guys. And thank you so much for watching.